So I got the gimbal out. You know what that means? Something kind of cool, and I'll show them right quick.
Oh, you're not showing them the special part of it. It has features.
Features, yeah. The doors are open wide up.
It's like it's reverse suicide doors, I guess.
So as you'll see from basically the footage and the B-roll that I probably put in at the beginning of this thing is pretty much the newer version of the Hoopty outside, like the 1.8 Hoopty.
I did pick it up as a salvage. As you can see, the airbags were deployed. It's definitely something that could be easily fixed, but I do have plans for the running gear for another project. So we have this now. It's probably going to get parted out, and we just want to have a little bit of fun with it beforehand. And as Clayton kind of mentioned, yeah, this is pretty much a Hoopty. It is a giant ashtray.
It stinks. Like just being inside of it's like a lung cancer.
Yeah, it feels like, was the other one smoke? Was the Hoopty smoked?
Oh, it was disgusting. Both of these
things
are disgusting.
But was it an ashtray?
They're both blue. They're both disgusting.
But was it an ashtray?
Yeah, it's still yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
So actually on the Hoopty, I've seen a few comments from a recent video. People are like, oh, what's going on with the Mark IV? What's going on with the Mark IV? This time of year is extremely busy for us, and the Hoopty's literally been parked where I left it. We do plan on getting into doing a full teardown on that. We haven't forgotten about it. I do potentially have other plans for it. However, we're gonna, once we get through the teardown, I'll kind of decide what we're gonna do with it. So the teardown is coming for sure. Give us a few weeks to get past this major hump that we're going through. Hence why the little bit of lack of content as of late as well. We're trying to keep up on it, but there's so much going on.
Yeah, we got other stuff to do too, like
mow
yards.
It's a small YouTube channel. Again, we're trying to, do client cars and stuff like that first. But this car, Hoopty, it's basically a Hoopty for sure. So we're going to dyno it today just to see what it can make for power. It does have a few modifications, downpipe and short shifter springs, a few things. Kind of makes me assume that it's tuned. I don't know the owner that had this car. So I don't know what software's on it. Even if there is software on it, we're not sure. The dyno will tell us. But what should we do with this thing? Clayton, what do you think we should do?
I think it should be
Hoopty 2.0.
Hoopty 2.0. Yeah, exactly 2.0.
It's expensive. Yeah, 2.0. Good point. Yeah.
Hoopty 2.0.
Yeah.
It gotta happen now.
Yeah. So, again, we're a small channel, so we don't mind trying some things out with this thing. I potentially would even risk the engine, for the right things that we could do to it, kind of like the Hoopty. I don't know if I'm totally ready for that yet. There's a lot to do to make power in these things, although it's easy in perspective, but it is costly. So it's yet to be determined. Give us some ideas of what you'd like to see done with this thing if we decide to keep it for a little bit before parting it out. But now I want to see what it can do for power, just to see potentially what it has for software. I am going to log it. It does have higher kilometers, so who knows what it'll do. Hopefully over 300.
I guess 308.
You did guess 308. If it is stage 2 on our dyno, 91, they're typically going to be between like 320 and 350. As I've mentioned for the long-time followers, 350 is typically with a front mount intercooler. This does not have a front mount intercooler, so.
All right, enough rambling.
Dyno.
Let's get to it. Are you just gonna keep the door open?
Is it safe-ish? Ish?
Ish.
It's safe-ish?
Safe-ish. This airbag's a bit of a pain though.
Just tuck it up. Up in there. So this hasn't, it showed up not even running because they tore the fuel line off it when I got it. But we got it running. I haven't driven it anywhere. I did scan it for some codes. Obviously the car is a little bit unhappy that the bags have all been deployed and all that stuff, but it's running good, so we should be able to get through some dyno runs with it.
Ready?
I think I'm ready to try, yeah. Now keep in mind, we're gonna put this video out no matter what. This thing could have a zillion misfires. Those will be quickly to fix with coils or plugs.
You didn't even drive this thing yet.
I haven't even driven it, so the clutch could blow right through it. I don't know. We're gonna find out right now. I do want to do one thing that we should do before this.
What?
We should check the oil. Make sure
Nah.
there's oil in it.
Oh, there's oil.
Too much oil? Let's see what this ashtray can make.
Is that clutch slip right
I
on
don't
it?
think that was the tires.
Think that's clutch?
I think that was clutch right away. We'll try again.
All right, like, subscribe.
Yeah, we'll try again here. Hold on. A lot of smoke.
Might be the tires?
A lot of smoke. I started in a different gear that time. Still clutch.
Doesn't sound great right
No,
now.
didn't. Right this second?
Oh,
Yeah, it's down.
definitely missing.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can fix that.
So we pulled the coil packs and found something fairly interesting. The four that were in it are quite a bit shorter than what should be because they came right out, and usually these are a bit of a pain to pull out, and they pulled right out. And if you look at them, I don't know if you won't be able to see inside, but it looks like the spark was actually jumping from the connector in there to the spark plug. So that's...
You can't show down in there. Won't see it. Won't show
It won't show, no.
But I mean, just that's a OEM one.
Yeah, it's much longer.
And the
yeah, the electrode, or the, not electrode, what is it? What do they be called?
I don't know, the part of the coil.
Yeah, the thing in the coil that
The important
connects to the
part.
spark plug itself, the important part, yeah, is like up here on these and like way down here on this. So there's no way that that was good at all. So now we're gonna swap them out, gap the plugs, and try again. I think we found the misfire.
Well, if you look, the tops of your spark plugs, not the bottoms, the tops aren't supposed to look like that. That clearly is an indication that the coils weren't even sitting on top of these. So I'm probably just going to reuse them, but I'm going to clean them up.
Honestly?
We're going to put different coils in it. Meet again, ashtray. We meet again.
Should be a little happier now.
So we swapped out the wish coils, put a set of APR coils on it, and
They were pretty much Bluetooth.
cleaned the plugs. Yeah, as you can see in the footage, those coils weren't even touching. The spark was literally jumping from the coil to the plug. So this guy, whoever owned this, 100% was not getting nearly the performance out of it. I would assume as soon as it got into boost ever, it was just misfiring like crazy. Maybe that's why it ended up junked. They just said, let's fold the door backwards and get rid of this car. But we're going to try again. Clutch is still potentially going to be an issue, but we're going to hopefully work through that. All right, let's try it. That's totally the clutch. We're gonna try to tease it a little bit. So we're gonna go right back and try again. And that's it. That's how people generally bring cars to us to dyno. Crappy coils, crappy plugs, crappy clutch. So that's the end of the fun on this one, Clayton.
Yeah,
It
to
did
make 250.
241, it just blows right through the clutch. It's
Yeah, I
just
think
not
250 was the highest we did.
even. 248, actually, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But there's no more misfires now. It sounds great. It's just pushing through the clutch, and that's no buenos.
So any hinkering if this thing is actually tuned, or?
Oh, I did log it actually, so let's look. Pause. Okay, so here's the log. Seen a high of 42 minus 1 bar 14, so it's like 28 pounds. So definitely tuned for sure. It's like 27.7 or something like that, I think is what it comes out to. So definitely tuned. It is pulling a lot of timing. So questionable on what software is actually on it. But at this point, without a clutch, it's useless.
Yeah.
We should have used the clutch that we put in your car last night in this. You should donate it. Take it back out. So yeah, it's definitely tuned for sure, but we're not going to be able to get any real numbers out of this thing because it needs a clutch.
But really, doesn't matter. We know what this thing's made.
We know what it's going for. We know what we're doing with this thing. Well, we know what the end goal is for this thing, but it's like, what should we do
in the meantime?
In the meantime. So let's get out and chat about that and wrap this up.
Not quite what we were expecting.
Well, I didn't expect much, honestly, but I was hoping that because it's probably stage 2. Well, I would say looking at the logs now that it is stage 2 with the downpipe, all that stuff, that it would have had a clutch upgrade in it. But it clearly didn't, and with the coil problem, this thing would have been driving around like an absolute dog. You would never be able to get into boost with the way it was. It didn't misfire at idle and like moving around the parking lot and stuff. But as soon as we got into any boost, it was toast. So we fixed the problem, but we got a clutch problem. So since we're this whole failure clutch problem on the dyno, I just wanted to show you how you can kind of tell. Obviously you could hear it in the video, and I can see it on the dash, the RPM going through the roof. But these are 2 different runs, one in 3rd gear and one in 4th gear. Number 3 was in 4th gear. Number 4 was in 3rd gear. And I have the dyno set to speed right now. And obviously in 4th gear, it's going to go a lot faster. But in 4th gear, it spins the clutch way, way easier. And as you can see, it doesn't go nearly as fast. When I changed it to 3rd gear and it was able to handle a little bit more of it, it actually went faster. What's that noise? Getting distracted. When I changed it to 3rd gear, it actually went faster, which is a clear indication that it just is hating everything to do with the clutch. So we never did really get a full run. The last run I did start at a later RPM to try to get it to hold, but it didn't hold. 241, 238, it's nowhere near what it actually is making. So Clayton, what should we do with this thing?
I already told you. Hoopty 2.0.
If you pay for it, I'll do Hoopty 2.0.
Well, somebody
So
buys,
we need a clutch.
If somebody buys the Touareg, I will
We need
put
a
those
clutch.
funds towards Hoopty 2.0.
We need a clutch, we'll need a turbo kit, we'll need front mount intercooler, we need a lot of stuff. Multi-port injection, low pressure fuel pump.
Oh, you're getting it a hand now. No. Come on.
Okay, well, at this point, to even handle the power it has, it needs a clutch. So we're not sure we're gonna go with this. Again, I bought it as a donor car for another project, but it would be fun to play with it a little bit and see, what we can do with it. So leave your comments below what you guys think. Clayton, am I forgetting anything?
Like, subscribe. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, like, subscribe. Any questions or comments, ask them below. See you in the next video.
Merch.
Bye.